To say that I love thru hiking is an understatement. I love it, love it, love it. I'm obsessed with it. But there are a few things that I absolutely hate when it comes to thru hiking. So let's talk about it. Welcome. Some of you might know me, and some of you might not know me. My name is Julianne. I'm also known as Roadrunner, and I thru hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2022, and it was so fun. It was one of the best experiences of my entire life. But while you thru hike and go through the whole monotonous, kind of every day the same thing kind of stuff, there's a few things that are really, really annoying while thru hiking. And so I wanted to tell you about it just so that you're prepared for it mentally, and it's not going to be a cause of you leaving the trail, because you shouldn't leave the trail, because the trail is the best thing ever. So among all the different acts of nature that you come across while hiking, whether it's like snow, rain, cold weather, and things like that, there are two things that really bother me personally when thru hiking. The first thing is freezing rain. It's not rain, it's not freezing temperatures, it's freezing rain. It is the most soul-sucking experience when hiking. I mean, I know that there's some people that probably relish in freezing rain, but for me, I would get depressed, I would get grumpy. Freezing rain made me want to just like lay on trail and stop moving, to be honest. So it is one of the worst things that can happen. It just gets you so cold to the core, to the bone. It makes everything just so disappointing, and for me it was always a reason to justify going into town. And definitely prepare yourself for that. I'm much more prepared for my future thru hikes to hopefully not let freezing rain control my 0 days, but it definitely did during the Appalachian Trail. The second thing that really bothers me about weather, and it's a result of rain or freezing rain, and that's mud. But not mud when you're just walking on a straight path, in particular uphill mud. When you try to go up a mountain, a hill, and you have to go up on mud, it is almost impossible. I mean, it's not impossible because we did it, but I remember the day, it was one day where it was super muddy and we had to go up a bunch of balls. It was just before Station 19E, and it was so hard to go up these balls on mud, just keep sliding down. It's like, it's just that sludge. It's like, as you're going uphill, you're going like 1 foot and you're sliding down another half a foot. So it's kind of like doing everything 1.5 times just because it's difficult to go uphill. So uphill mud is another soul crusher when you are hiking the Appalachian Trail. The next thing is probably not something that bothers anybody, but it just really bothers me. I am not a fan of leapfrogging. Leapfrogging is when you come across other hikers and they slow down and then you pass them, and then all of a sudden you decide to take a break yourself, and then those people pass you again, and it's just a constant like back and forth between hikers. I am not a fan of leapfrogging. I don't know, it just bothers me. I don't like it. I think it would be better if one of us was just ahead and the other person was in the back. And I'm not talking about trail family members, I'm just talking about random other hikers just leapfrogging, because you literally have to stop to let somebody pass you, and then you're stopping and then they have to stop to pass you. And for me, I'm just not a fan of leapfrogging, and there's just some things, I could just be chill and relax about it, but it is one of those things that kind of irks me a little bit. The next thing that really sucks about thru hiking is the food, and it really is. You can make it as amazing as possible, mixing all fancy concoctions together, but the food while thru hiking is just not very healthy. It's not good for you, and it makes you inflamed, you have a potential to be iron deficient. I mean, there's so many things about the hiking food that's just not good for you. So me personally, I'm not a fan of the hiker food. I enjoy it while eating it because, you know, it's usually a bunch of carbs and just really unhealthy food, but it's just not good for your body. So it is a really, really bad thing while hiking. I wish there was an option just to carry a lot of vegetables and fruits and even some meat, but it's just super heavy and it's not something that really is maintainable while hiking because you don't have a refrigerator on your back. Even though they would call my backpack a refrigerator, it just, you know, it wasn't a real fridge. So because of that, the food is really something that's not a fun thing on the Appalachian Trail or on thru hike in general. The next thing that really bothers me personally on a thru hike, and you may or may not ever think about this, but these are car washes. Car washes is something that I call what they are. It's just when there's a bunch of bushes or overgrown plants that cover the trail, and as you walk through them, it's like you are walking through a car wash, and it just gets you, you know, like wet if there was rain before or whatever the word is in the morning. But like, so if the plants are wet, you walk through them and it just gets your whole body wet. And it's just annoying because if it's not raining, you're thinking, oh cool, I'm gonna have a good day of hiking, I'm not going to have to get my rain jacket out, and then you walk through a car wash, which is a bunch of bushes and plants in your way, touching your body and just getting you wet. And so it's a little bit of an annoying thing while hiking, and I'm not a fan of it. There was a lot of that in Vermont. There wasn't really that much mud when I was in Vermont, but there were a lot of car washes, and they are a little bit annoying when doing a thru hike. And the last most annoying thing on a thru hike, at least on the Appalachian Trail, is something called a whippoorwill. A whippoorwill is a bird, and I know I've done a little research about a whippoorwill. They're a little bit endangered. There's not a lot of them, so I'm not really hating on a whippoorwill. I'm sure they're cute, and bird lovers are like, whippoorwills are the best thing. But they're not the best thing when you're trying to sleep. Whippoorwills are these birds that just don't stop talking at night. And it's because they're doing a mating call to their loved one or to a potential loved one, like it's a human, but anyway, they're just screaming all night long, and a lot of times they don't stop. There are some that do it more at dawn and at dusk, but there were about 2-3 situations where we set up our camp and a whippoorwill hung out with us all night long and we couldn't sleep. So here is a little sound for you that is a whippoorwill. Just so you know what you are going to be up against, we did find that the chance of a whippoorwill was more likely if you camped near a water source. So maybe try to avoid that, but they don't allow you good sleep. And as a thru hiker, you need a lot of sleep, and a whippoorwill is not gonna allow you to have that. So these are my things that I really hate about doing a thru hike. And hate is a strong word. Maybe it's just I really dislike it. It does not keep me from doing another thru hike. I love thru hiking. It's the best thing. And sometimes people are like, why are you talking about a lot of the negative things? It's because, first of all, people want to know about negative things. My videos are better when I do talk about negative things, so it's really the subscribers. But also, a lot of people like to be prepared about some of the negative things because a lot of hikers and a lot of YouTubers kind of show like the good stuff mostly. And while a lot of a thru hike is the good stuff, there's a lot of not bad stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that could make a person feel not good about a hike. And so being mentally prepared is so important, and that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people be mentally prepared because in the grand scheme of things, if you think about the things that I hate about the thru hike, they're just not really that bad. And so it's not something that would prevent me from doing another through hike, absolutely. So thank you so much for watching. If you love any sort of hiking, camping, through hiking related things, please consider subscribing. It does help me a lot. And until next time, have a wonderful day.